Good morning, American Jiu-Jitsu family. Today we are going into second degree black belt. This will be broken up into many different tapes, but the first thing we're going to talk about is a technique called the NIDAN. Now, NIDAN we introduced at green belt level on the basic belt list. The reason why I have a topic at each one of the degree levels that are NIDAN, the last belt test, the last belt requirement we did was Shodan, is to kind of coincide with the level of degree that you're testing for. Also, what you learn about these wrist manipulations is they allow you to control the attacker exactly where you want. The Shodan that we did in the prior belt showed you how to get behind the person, approximately 180 degree turn, so if that second attacker is right over there. The NIDAN, which we're going to cover right now, this tape is going to be on the punches. The next tape is going to be on the self-defense. Okay? But on the punches, we talk about coming up through the middle and dropping the person straight down in front of us because the second attacker might be behind him. Or we talk about going to the outside if the attacker was there. So within the system, we're always working 360 degrees, like a toolbox. You always have different tools for different jobs. You don't have one tool for everything that we do. So on the second degree black belt, for the punches, we're going to talk about coming up through the middle, which means we take the person straight down, or going over the top, which means that we walk to the outside of the person if we had to deal with a second attacker right over there. Okay? So with that being said, why it's considered advanced NIDAN also is in the beginning, we teach you how to, kind of like a hot knife going through butter. We teach you the fundamentals of the NIDAN, where it's, the Shodan is the first wrist manipulation, the NIDAN is a second wrist manipulation. Got to try to say it 10 times fast, okay? So in the beginning, we're trying to show you that this second joint is met up with the second joint of the attacker, and that's where this pain is applied. Again, a video doesn't do it justice. First time I do a NIDAN to somebody who either wants to question it or doubt it, I guarantee they don't forget the first time I do it, okay? Because it's a different type of pain that most people are not used to. Always remember that when we do submission, it's because we feel the situation calls for it and we have the expertise to be able to back it up. That doesn't mean at any given time when we're doing a submission technique that it can't turn into an elbow, a roundhouse, a knee, or a kick, or a punch, or a headbutt, okay? You gotta remember something, that martial arts has to be according to your lifestyle. If you learn an art that deals with punching, and that's your lifestyle, that's cool. But not every situation calls to punch somebody. I remember years ago, a person who was a very good fighter said to me he had hurt somebody and felt bad about it because the situation didn't call for the extreme punishment that he laid out. They weren't my student. They became my student because they wanted to learn how to deal with a situation, not always from the extreme level. That's okay, but you gotta live with yourself. What I love about the system that we teach is it's like life. Sometimes you gotta go hard, sometimes you gotta go simple, and sometimes you can just back off, step back, and say, I don't want any trouble. We were doing social distancing in the way of self-defense long before this invisible monster. First technique that we teach you when you walk in the dojo is, hey man, I don't want any trouble. We create distance between us and the enemy, okay? So we're gonna do first level of the second degree black belt, the NIDANs, off of a high punch, a straight punch, a low punch, a high wedge, and a low wedge. And in the next video, we're gonna deal with the self-defense, okay? Remember, American Jiu-Jitsu LI Facebook group, every day a video is posted. American Jiu-Jitsu LI, YouTube, the whole library is there, okay? Remember, like and share it so we can get 1,000 viewers. On the website, AJJCenters.com, it will give you all our Zoom classes and all the different instructors that are teaching it. And we have classes pretty much 7 days a week. So go to the website for the codes, and you can email me at OSenseiJoe@gmail.com for the password if you don't have one, or reach out to one of the other students who will. Yes, so we got all that. So now we're gonna work on some techniques. NIDAN, second degree black belt, all right, from a high punch. So we're gonna do it a little bit slow so we can talk through it, all right? None of the techniques on these videos are done at full speed because we're trying to use them for teaching purposes, not for a demo purpose, okay? So on the high punch, as Sensei gets the punch, from here, he comes in with that atemi, from here, grabs the wrist, turns it vertical so the pinky's up, and now from here, he's gonna go underneath, bring the hand back to his chest, press, and bring it down. Now, you gotta understand, the reason why Shihan Kathy is tapping is because he could snap her wrist in a heartbeat. Remember, we're using these techniques because we don't feel it's combative. We feel that we need to submit this person and put this person into a control situation. So let's look at that one more time. He gets the punch thrown, he blocks. He uses an atemi to the face. From here, if he needs to, he can throw that other hand, bang, to cancel out that hand if he felt that was a threat. Then he's going to come up through the middle, over the top, press it down in here. So the hand here is doing what I call a jelly jar, and this hand is just going in that same direction. Once you go beyond the wrist that's meant to go, it causes tremendous pain in the joint manipulation or the nerve that's in that wrist. Okay, that's your first technique. Your second technique is a straight punch from here. Boom, he goes to the inside. Now that first strike, just to kind of show you what he's doing there with that first strike, is to cancel out that free hand so he can do this. If at any given time he felt like this situation now escalated where he's not going to use submission, he could take it down with an Osotogari leg sweep right there, okay? Again, not every situation calls for combat. Some situations call for submission. In today's world, we're liable for our actions, okay? People will find out you're a martial artist after you deal with going into a personal confrontation with somebody. So you are liable for your actions, okay? So again, as he comes in, he uses that atemi strike, feels that he's okay to pull off this NIDAN, but now he's going to do something. He could come up through the middle like he did on the last technique, right? He could come up through the middle. Just show that first. Come up through the middle. Could do that, but now he sees I'm the second attacker. He sees me here. So now he's going to take the elbow, come over the top, and boom, he's going to do that NIDAN from the outside. So we show this in a way where we show the high punch comes up through the middle, the other one comes over the top, but they can be done with each other. I try to design them on the belt list so they kind of give you a little bit of a smorgasbord of each different one, but they are interchangeable. So watch that one more time. He comes in, boom, he sees another attacker right here, so now he doesn't want to go up to the middle. Now he puts, again, remember what I said about multiple attackers, you don't want to get caught in the middle. Now it gives him the option of not getting caught in the middle, okay? So now on the low punch, we're going to come up through the middle on that one, right? From here, boom, or go over the top, either or, boom. Again, he can go over the top because he sees me there, or if he chose to, he can do that same technique from here and come up through the middle. So there's not a right or wrong with this. I do have it a very specific way on the belt list, and if you're part of the studio, you have that. If you're not a part of the studio, I just want you to understand it's just the way we do it. One isn't better than the other. The one that's the best one is that's applicable for the situation that we're talking about. Okay, so now we're going to do a high wedge attack. So as it comes, boom, again, there's that atemi. From here, come up through the middle, boom, and there it is. Now to show you the opposite side of that, on a low wedge, now he's going to go out to the back. From here, boom, from here, come around, elbow comes over the top, and there's your move. So let's look at those techniques one more time with less talk and more do. So the first one's up through the middle, high punch. Boom. And notice how he steps back with his body as a unit. That's going to snap that person's wrist off. And to me, if I was to be in a combative situation and I snapped your wrist and you came at me with a punch, consider yourself blessed, okay? Obviously, you're not the first time, it's probably not the first time you've thrown a punch at somebody. And sometimes people in life need to learn lessons. And not that I'm a person that wants to hurt somebody, to teach them a lesson. But listen, better to do it to me than somebody who's untrained. So the next time you think about going to do it to a person who is not trained, that you don't do severe damage. Punch can knock a person out, put them on the ground, cause concussion, or actually even kill them. All right, so we have submission because we're in control of the situation. Let's do number 2. Boom. Let's do number 3. Number 4. Good, and last one, number 5. Beautiful technique. Okay. So what we did on this first video, which is second degree, is we covered the high punch, straight punch, low punch, high wedge, low wedge, okay? We have a long way to go at second degree. So to get a black belt in American Jiu-Jitsu, if you're of age, which means if you're over the age of 16, it takes about 5 years and a minimum of 500 hours to get a black belt. Some people try to want to short sell that and get a little quicker, and you can't. You need time on the mat. You could watch all these videos in probably 25 days and say, okay, I'm a black belt in American Jiu-Jitsu. No, you're not. The videos are just an overview. You need to be certified. You need to go up to these belt tests in front of certified instructors that you put yourself into that adverse situation because going up in a public forum for a belt test is a very important thing, because the mind knows how to deal with adversity, but it doesn't know how to deal with adversity until it's adverse. So by putting you into a public forum where you have to do belt tests in front of people, it's a very nerve-wracking thing, just like being attacked on the street would be a nerve-wracking thing. Everything we do is because over the last 51 years of my life, I've created and developed a system that's not just martial arts, it's about life. One thing I've learned in life is that we learn how to be different and move forward in life when different things happen. We're all going to be very different after this environment is settled with the pandemic, because we're doing video, we're doing Zoom classes, we're becoming better, okay? So watching this video, watching it, not judging it, because the video can't answer you back. You can make a comment about the video, which is no problem, but if you really have a question, when the studio opens up, I'd be honored to answer any questions you have and make you a believer in what it is that we do, okay? American Jiu-Jitsu LI, Facebook group, Facebook, YouTube, AJJ Center's website, all the domain names, all the code names for our Zoom meetings. Please view in and witness these classes, because they're amazing. In the time when we can't be together, we're all together every day and doing what we love, and still continuing. When the studio opens up, it'll just be back to our new normal. Main thing, like I always say in all these videos, stay home, stay healthy, stay safe, stay positive, stay motivated, keep your routine going, don't get depressed, be up, be positive. If you need to learn how to breathe properly, if you're getting a little anxiety, go to our YouTube video page. There's a whole video on just how to breathe and get through those stressful times. The main thing is to stay positive and stay focused. I thank you so much for coming. I thank Shihan, Kathy, and Billy for being a part of this and helping me with this. They're actually doing all the techniques, and we'll see you real soon for tape 2, second degree black belt. Have a great day.